so happy for those guys in that locker room. Veterans Day, great win. Again, I want to thank all the veterans out there across the country, everybody that, protects this country and fights for us. Our kids fought hard just like they had fought, and, appreciate all the efforts today. What do you say? I mean, I talked to our defense today. We had a 30-minute meeting over in the Durats, and after Bates got done, I just said, listen, everybody's talking about offense. You win championships with defense, and that was a championship effort today by our defense. 3 4th down stops. We turned the ball over late, and we forced them to a field goal. There was talk about letting them score, and we go down and score. I was like, I can't do that. We're going to stop them here. When they got down, I think for 1. Just some incredible efforts by a bunch of guys. MJ Devonshire with the finishing touch, and I think Cabo put some pressure on the quarterback at that time. But our kids were fresh. That was part of the plan. We didn't practice much this week. We had to keep them fresh, and I got that from Coach Tomlin. So I appreciate Coach Tomlin and just talking with him how they deal with it in the NFL. It's nice to have neighbors like that, and we took it easy. We had a Sunday jog through. We had a Monday walk through, which is a Tuesday and a Wednesday practice, and then we played fast on Tuesday, which was our perfect Thursday practice. And I thought our kids' legs were fresh. That was, to me, that was critical to winning the game today. Our kids played. I don't think they want to practice anymore. I think they just want to, walk through, jog through, and get ready to go. So, questions?
What was your big change in the second half with your offense? Had trouble getting guys open and stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it was. We'll watch the tape and find out. I didn't see any adjustments out of them defensively. They played a lot of different coverages, trying to confuse people, and we'll look at the tape and find out. But they did a nice job in the second half, and that happens sometimes. Great teams find ways to win it a different way, and that's what our kids did today.
You guys had a double-digit lead. Sorry about that. You guys had a double-digit lead, and you only were able to run the ball 9 times, but -5 yards in the second half. What went to those struggles, and how was that frustrating? Knowing that you couldn't run the ball in that situation. That's been a big
they couldn't run the ball either. So I don't know what we rushed for, but hey, that sometimes happens. You can't get frustrated. You give them credit. They got a bunch of good football players over there too. They got a bunch of 4- and 5-star guys, top 10 recruiting classes, and it just didn't look like that today. The way Pitt played.
Specifically on 4th down, this defense 0-4 holding North Carolina. What did you see with your unit in that regard?
I think we're the number 1, 4th down defense in the country. I think people should probably just punt or do something else. I think our kids. I mean, again, give the defense credit, give our players credit, our coaches credit. I mean, they've done a great job all year long, and they did it again today. So those are some huge stops. And again, they played lights out in the first half. And I don't know how many. I counted 4 or 5 3-and-outs early, maybe out of the first 6, 7 series. So and then they did some stuff in the second half offensively. They started moving the tight end around. We couldn't get a beat on where the tight end was at. I don't know if that was something they made adjustments at halftime or not, but they certainly were moving around, and because we had them bound up pretty good early.
Pat, a guy like MJ Devonshire, you touched on it, but coming in from Kentucky and probably hasn't had the impact on the season that he may have liked to have. But how big is that moment from your night, that walk-off interception there?
It's big time. I mean, I think he's sitting right in that room there. Everybody gets their opportunities. When you get an opportunity, then you take advantage of it, and that's great for his confidence. And he's been playing well as late, and he's been playing good all year. I mean, you got Demario falls down early. I mean, looked like me out there. He played well. With AJ Woods out, and I expect him to be back this week. MJ took over as a third corner and got some quality reps today. So I'm happy for him. And he's an Aliquippa boy, so it's good to see the Quips get it done today.
What did you like from Lucas Kroll after dropping that first pass and coming up with 4 catches after that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to rebound. It's how you can have a short memory, and again, could have made a couple big plays early, but as soon as I saw him go in motion, I saw the coverage they were in. We hadn't really shown that play, and that was the slant. He was running the slant, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a touchdown here, and there it was. And then I told her, after offense scored, I told the defense, and I told Whipple, I said, they will not score a touchdown. There's no way. And I was just glad they had to kick a field goal there. But I knew there was no way they were going to score on defense. Had a lot of faith in how our kids were playing.
What did you see in Servassier? You guys, you talked about the linebackers on Monday going into this game. looked like he had several tackles full out. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but it seemed like he had a really big night in this game.
Yeah, he was outstanding. I mean, he's taken over that Mike position, and he makes a lot of plays in there too. He makes them wherever he is, and I was happy with the effort he put out there today.
What did he do to protect the quarterback in the second half?
Say it again now.
What did North Carolina do to protect the quarterback?
I don't know. We'll have to look at it. I mean, I think they, did some different slide protection, away from the back, just different stuff, that you probably, I could probably do an hour dissertation for you. But, we'll see. I didn't think we blitzed well in the second half. I thought, there was times where we could have bull rushed the tailback and knocked him into the quarterback, and we let him scramble out of there. So some things we got to fix. So I'm not sure it's, a little bit of what they did, but it's a lot of what we did too.
Matt, it's my first time around here, so I'm sorry if you've answered this in recent weeks or days or whatever, but what are some of the things that MJ Devonshire has provided in practice and, those things that we as media don't see on game day?
MJ's just a steady guy. I mean, he just does his job, and he's trying to get better. I mean, he played safety all spring, and then, we moved him to quarter, probably at the end of the summer. Just thought that was going to be the position for him, and again, he's a steady guy. Again, he's got a lot of confidence now, so he played well for us today.
Pat, do you feel like up 17, you maybe needed to get the run game going a little bit more than you did?
Yeah, and then you try to get it, and then you gain 1 yard, and Cradle was out of there, which I don't think that helped us a whole bunch. Hoy did not play today, but probably could have. We were able to save him. And Ryan Jacoby got his waiver too, our transfer from Ohio State, so we may need him as the season goes on. So we're excited about that. We just got that news on Friday. It was Friday. Yesterday was Friday, but it was a Wednesday.
Pat, do you have to keep the offense focused, or how did you keep it focused after throwing that interception so late in this game to kind of turn things around?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have to
Even
do
Kenny,
anything.
too.
I mean, I don't have to keep him focused. I mean, Kenny comes back and does what he does. That's Kenny Pickett. I mean, nobody's perfect, and that just tells you what kind of competitor he is. He made a mistake. It was a screen, and we'll look at the tape and see what happened there. But they made a play we didn't. Maybe trying to force the ball in there and trying to be the hero. But Kenny Pickett comes right back and does what he does.
Pat, what does a win like this say about the group you have here?
We got a great football team. I think we have a championship football team in that locker room. When you talk about the explosive offense that we have and have had all year, and again our defense just keeps getting better every week. I think so. It says a lot about those guys in there. They work hard, and we got a good football team in that locker room.
What can you say about the fans staying through the rain and a crazy game like
I
that?
love that question. Panther-Lair was outstanding today. They were loud. I told Cal when he went out for the coin toss, I said, hey, I don't know if we're going to win this coin toss or not, but we'd like to play defense. If we're not, we're going to be right down that end zone with our students. So my hat goes off to them. They were great. My hat goes off to Heather Light for getting those guys cranked up in that end zone, getting those whatever those things were. She comes up with something new every week. So thank you, Heather. You got one more next weekend, so get it done.
You mentioned earlier this week that they were going to throw some design runs at you with Sam Howell. How do you feel that you guys defended that?
We did a great job. I mean, he ran a quarterback draw early, and we stuffed him. I mean, when you talk about pure quarterback runs, I think we handled it better than anybody did. He got us on some scrambles, and I think it was some poor pressure, just angles and letting him get out of the pocket. That's where he got he got his yards, at least in the second half, on scrambles, where we didn't have good ratio as far as our pressure goes, and we just keep them. We just didn't do a good job pressuring. There's sometimes our guys should have had sacks, I think, and we'll look at the tape and see. But we bottled up him pretty good, I think. Again, it wasn't designed quarterbacks. And Phil Campbell had one hell of a, excuse my language, a hit on 4th down and 1. Him and Deslin, I think Deslin had his feet, and Phil Campbell came in. That was a big time play down about our 30-yard line going in.
How about a couple more before we get to our player representatives? Anyone else? No? Coach, thank you for your time.
Okay, guys.